The next one, and you guys need to realize this: you got to be in. You're gonna be in the game, or you're gonna be out the game. You're gonna run the streets, or you ain't gonna be in the streets. You can't ride the fence. You can't ride the fence. You can't be lukewarm. You can't be a husband, bro, and have a family, and still out here trying to play on women, or get a bunch of women, or break women, or get women to fall in love with you. The game gonna always backfire. The game is gonna always backfire. You have to be a 100% thorough in whatever you're gonna do. If you're gonna have a family, have your family. If you're gonna be in the streets, be in the streets. And when I say the streets, I'm not talking about criminal activity. I'm talking about out dating, going to the brunches, going to the clubs, meeting women who on the scene. That's what I mean, the streets. If you're gonna be out there and be 100%. Because when you try to do both, you just gonna come up short. Prime example. You got you a nice woman at home who provides you value, who's loving, who's caring towards you, who treats you good, who provides you value, who's a good girl, good morals, but you trying to be a fucking player and get bitches, and you trying to play the field and be on the scene, you're going to damage that woman. And it's going to hurt you in the end, because eventually she going to get tired of that shit. And the woman that you had with the glow in her eyes who would do anything for you, little by little, that's going to change. But guess what? You not going to even see that coming, because you don't understand how this go. And so when you lose your woman who was there for you, who's down for you through everything and through thick and thin, when you don't have access to that no more, now you emailing me talk about how you can get it back. You can't get it back. Once you scar somebody, once you do damage to somebody, once you hurt them, you can't unhurt them, bro. And you can't tell, like, it ain't no just get over that. I don't give a fuck how much therapy a person got or how much close they is to God or whatever, or you can't undamage a person. The scars heal. The pain may not be there, but the scar is still there. And so they're going to treat you differently. And a lot of you dudes don't understand that. You be trying to be players and try to get all the bitches, and you ain't got it out your system, but still trying to have a family at the same time, and then you damage your family, and you ruin your family, your house, your home for fucking hotels. Then you want your family back and shit. Now you mad because another dude see her value, and then, he come in and he scoop that on up and do right by it. You understand? Because you trying to play both sides. What you could have did was keep it real with that girl and say, hey, listen, I ain't, I'm still out here. This is not what I really want right now. I don't want the family. I don't want to do that. I want to do this. And if you don't got to lie, she'll lie to herself. You understand? And at least you keep it real with a person, and they have a level of respect for you. But when you're trying to play both sides and trying to act like you're a family man and be in the streets at the same time and deceive people, what's going to happen is that woman is going to lose respect for you. You see what I'm saying? That woman going to lose respect for you. And then what? Once that woman lose respect for you, it's over. But if you keeping it real, like, I just want to, I just want to remain single and explore or whatever you tell her, a lot of the times, I'm not saying that may keep her around, but when you do decide to get that shit out your system, or you ready to do the family thing or do the relationship thing, if that woman is available, that woman will have a lot more respect for you, and you can kind of double back on a situation like that, and you don't burn your bridge with a good person. You understand what I'm saying? Or a lot of you guys try to be players, right? A lot of you guys try to be players, but you ain't there all the way. You get with a woman or you get with a slut, and you fall in love with a slut because you ain't breathing the game all the way. You ain't 100% player about it. You understand? You don't know who to love, who to fall in love with. You're not supposed to be falling in love when you playing the field anyway. But you don't know that, because you halfway in, halfway out, and you ain't the shit ain't running through you. So you get the first chick that make it feel real, and now you falling in love with a slut. Now you tricking, or you whining and dining a chick that got 3 other dudes in a rotation, and it's driving you crazy because you're not 100% out here. If you was 100% in the streets, when I say the streets, this is, again, I keep having it because I don't want nobody to hear that. They didn't hear the old part and they hear that and it's like, oh, he condoned the street shit. I'm talking about the dating game. If I forgot where I was going, but anyway, you got to be 100%. You got to be 100% in this shit. I remember what I was going to say. If you if you 100% in the game, if you 100% out here on some player shit, you ain't finna be falling in love. Your heart even ain't you. Your heart ain't really in it. You know not to get yourself attached. When you halfway in it, you developing relationships and all this. So, and I'm talking about, you know, got relationships and all type of shit and building relationships. When you on some out here just playing around, you're not supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to be doing that. But then that gets you in trouble because you want to play the field, but then you don't know how to play the field. You halfway in it, so you catching feelings. So now you got a girlfriend here, then you got a girlfriend there, and then you find a good one, and then you try to wife her up, and then now you just causing confusion on your life and stress on your life because now you got all these women caught up in your bullshit, your indecisive, half-ass bullshit, and now they all caught up in it, and they're going to stress you the fuck out, and they're going to wear you the fuck down. That ain't P. You in it or you ain't. You can't ride the fence with this shit. If you're going to be a player, if you're going to be out here playing around, then do that. This how y'all be catching cases. This how you burn bridges and all type of shit. We knew better than that. We knew better than that. Now, there was a point in time where I slipped up. But, you know, it's not making an excuse. I knew better, but I slipped up, man, and you know, we ain't gonna get too much into that, but I slipped up at one point in my life. I was like 26, 27, you know, because I was going through some shit with my kid's mom and shit, and I was kind of vulnerable and shit. So I kind of slipped up, but I paid for that. The game paid me dearly for that. You see what I'm saying? I had to suffer the consequences for violating that, and that was a very stressful part of my life. You know, getting different women caught up because I'm trying to be over here and trying to be over here at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta be in or out. And if you in, you gotta be in. You ain't no catching no feelings, and ain't no building no none of that. You know, you damn near somebody, I read a comment on my Instagram, you damn near gotta be stone cold. You gotta understand, okay, I can't let my feelings, you know, get the best of me. Cause you halfway in, now you on some boyfriend shit. But then still trying to be a player at the same time. It ain't gonna never work for you. You're gonna always spread yourself thin, and you're gonna stress yourself out, and you're gonna wear yourself down. You're gonna make yourself bitter and jaded. And you're gonna hurt yourself, and you're gonna hurt people, and they're gonna hurt you back. The women that you damn, they gonna get you back. So, you know, be all the way in this shit.